Nyoom everyone, welcome back to Nyoom Reacts. I'm Naga Nyoom and we are watching another internet historian video. Ooh, the Cost of Concordia. Dude, I just finished watching Ever Given, Ever Taken Away. And I got curious because this one is another story about a ship, it seems. Because there's Leo. And I'm excited. Let's see what this is about. The following. Oh, hold on. I just want to read that. Let me read, please. Video meets the criteria of legal fair use. Yeah. The following is satire and journalistic in nature. All images and media have been sourced from public record, and special care has been taken to censor names, places, specific locations, records, and personal information. Names of individuals mentioned in this video meet the criteria of public figures. Care has still been taken to keep any other information about these individuals private. Okay, wait. Following is not an endorsement or condoning of harassment towards individuals. Yes, please behave yourself. Okay, yes, sir.
The Cost of Concordia.
Romantic.
Ship of dreams. It's been
The ship of dreams.
8 years.
8 years.
I can still smell the
Oh
buffets
my God,
from
that's
their
beautiful.
5 restaurants.
A cruise ship.
The casino and 3-story
Oh my
theater
God.
had hardly been used.
So fancy.
The gym, the day spa, the
Day
sheets in
spa?
her 1,500 luxurious cabins hadn't even been slept in.
Oh my God.
Cost of Concordia cost $570 million.
Well, the video answered right away. How much is the cost of Concordia? $570 million. There it is. Costa Concordia. Wait. The name of the ship is Costa Concordia. It's a pun. The title is a pun, of course.
To build. And you could tell. You could really tell.
What a romantic ad for a ship. Oh my goodness. Costa Concordia.
I remember it like it was just a few years ago.
Oh, it is
We had
beautiful.
left Civitavecchia, a port in Rome, and we were making our way to
Ship with the
Savona.
walk, yeah?
It was day
Savona.
2 of our 7-day journey.
Oh, 7
but that
days.
ship, she was cursed.
Oh no!
When she premiered, the traditional bottle of champagne bounced right off the side
Oh.
instead of smashing.
That is a bad omen right there. Oh, I wonder if they tried again. They should have tried again. They should have prepared a second bottle of champagne. And if it still fails, cancel everything. Just write it off as a loss. The $540 million. It's a loss, though. It's not. Oh, this is not gonna work out. Right there, foreshadowing.
A bad omen.
But I'm not the superstitious type.
Nothing could go wrong on
Going
Friday
under
the
the-
13th of January,
The ladder.
2012.
Right at 13.
On the 100th year anniversary of the Titanic.
Oh
on a
my
ship that's
God.
also only safety rated for 2-compartment flooding. Especially not when
Consequence?
you have a
Not consequence.
5-star max
Coincidence?
level captain like
I
Francisco
think not.
Scatino. A
Scatino.
man who mysteriously rose from head of security to the position of captain
Ooh.
within just a couple of years.
Mysteriously rose to captain from security guard. And all of these events happened on a Friday the 13th. On an anniversary to Titanic. 100-year anniversary to Titanic. Dude! I wonder if it was intentional at all that they sailed on that day. Surely someone must have looked at the records. Like, dude, this day is not good. Even if you don't believe the unlucky superstition regarding Friday the 13th, it's best to, like, err on the side of caution instead of, like, you know, risking something that could happen. Because if something does happen, ooh, I'm sure it's gonna cost a lot of money. More than 540 million. And it's gonna cost a lot of lives. But maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe it's not that bad. But so far, all this foreshadowing seems... Oh. Ooh, it's not looking good.
He knows exactly what to do in case of an emergency.
Oh, he does?
For example,
okay.
when he
He's
caused
competent.
this emergency in 2008, when he crashed into a
Oh.
port in Sicily. And in 2010, in Vtuber, Germany, when he was steering a different ship and came into port too fast and caused another collision.
Bruh. He caused 2 collisions already. That ship just went inland. Dude, look at all this destruction. What the hell? This guy is suspiciously incompetent so far.
I've got a good feeling about this.
Yeah,
So let's set
surely.
the scene.
Nothing bad
It's
will
a
happen.
beautiful evening. People are having fun on the
I
slides.
mean, maybe he was just
drinks
unlucky
at the
those
bar.
2 days.
Antonio Magnotta is playing piano at the restaurant. Martin the magician is setting up for his show.
Ooh!
And the ship is setting up for a little detour.
There's a magician
it's
in the
called
ship,
a sail
nice.
by salute. Basically, you get
Sail
real
by
close to the
salute.
shore and honk the horn.
Oh,
The locals hate it. But the
That's kinda
customers love
rude.
it, and it's a tradition. Scatino, the captain, comes into the dining hall with a lady, Dominica Simorton. Remember this
Dominica
face because you'll be
Simorton.
seeing a lot of it later. Scatino
Okay,
eats his
okay.
dinner with her and socializes for a little while. Then he, Dominica, and the maitre d' finish up and excuse themselves. They're heading to the bridge. It's time for that sail by salute. This time,
sail by salute.
they're going to get closer than ever.
Oh no.
Just 1,500 feet from the island of Giglio. And how are they going to determine this distance? Well, of course, the captain is going to eyeball it.
Oh,
Apparently, it's not an uncommon thing to do.
really? There's no technology for determining how close you are inland, surely. When was this? 2012. Surely they have that technology, right? There's computers at that time already.
Scatino turns to the fella steering, his helmsman, Jacob
Helmsman.
Ruslibin. First interesting tidbit. Cost of Concordia has hired Jacob from Indonesia at a rock-bottom price, and he's a bit of a
Oh.
newbie to the job. In
Oh.
fact, his profession hitherto, a painter and a cleaner.
Oh.
It's his first time steering a massive ship.
What the hell?
And he's very excited. At least, we think he is. It's hard to tell because he doesn't speak English or Italian very
What is going on here? How did they manage to rise in such positions? How? Dude. For example, if I'm a millionaire or a gazillionaire and I own a ship, I feel like I'm gonna do a background check on the people who are gonna drive my ship because it's expensive as fuck. And also, if like my captain has had 2 collisions already, has had 2 accidents, even if it's not his fault, I feel like I would consider hiring a different captain. 'Cause that picture where the ship was just wedged in those houses, dude, it's not looking good. A painter and a cleaner becomes a helmsman. Damn. Or maybe the standard for being a helmsman is not that high. Maybe anyone could be a helmsman, even me. Maybe I should apply for a job like that.
well at all. Off to a good start. The second in command orders the helmsman to
Ambrosial.
290. Now, don't be confused by these numbers, they're just the
290?
degrees on a compass.
Oh,
At the same
okay.
time, the captain whips out his cell phone and calls former captain Mario Palombo, who lives
Mario
on the island.
Palombo.
They chat about the safe distance to Giglio's
Sail by
shores.
salute.
It's all very casual. Anyway, Mario says that the safe distance is between 0.3 and 0.4 miles from shore. The captain is going all in.
Uh-oh.
This is not his first sail by salute, so
He's
he's
going
confident
closer.
in what he's doing. We're going closer than we've ever been before.
No, don't do it.
The captain's eyeballing it again.
No.
New heading of 300, he tells the helmsman. Downstairs, Martin is about to cut his assistant in half.
Uh-oh.
And of course, that means that there's already a lady inside this box.
Oh, okay.
She's waiting for the cue, and then she'll poke her legs out. The captain is giving more orders. Pulling
I
gently
wonder
to
if that's
310.
important. The
Increase
magician.
speed to 16 knots. Going this fast,
What if, when they do the sail by salute, and something bad happens, the lady in the magician's box actually gets cut in half for real? Is that why he's mentioning it? Oh my god. Is this a morbid? Is there a morbid scenario that's going to happen? Aside from the ship potentially like getting yeeted all the way inside the island.
is going to be a fatal error. But before we talk about that, let's talk about another big problem. Language barrier.
Oh
Because at
no.
this point, the captain says 325, but the helmsman relays 315.
Oh.
So the first officer intervenes and he goes, no, 335.
Oh
which is
my
also wrong.
god, the
And
miscommunication
then the captain
is
clarifies,
crazy.
no, 325. The helmsman confirms 325.
Okay.
Their poor communication has them moving at a much wider
Ooh.
angle than they think they are.
Oh no.
However, the captain should and would know this, except for the next problem. Complacency about procedure.
Oh no.
The
They're too
standard
chill.
procedure of a ship this large is for the third officer to give exact positional coordinates every time the captain gives a new directional order. But they're not doing that.
Why not?
330, he says. The helmsman relays 330. The ship reaches 16 knots.
Oh.
The captain then turns
Is
to
that
the
faster?
second officer and instructs him to go to the left wing. That's these things here, and they basically exist so you
Oh.
can get a better view over the whole vessel. A few seconds
Wait, they don't really use mirrors in the ships? They just send someone, it's like, do you think it's good? Yeah, it's good. Not like a car. I'm still thinking about that, because I just finished watching Ever Given, Ever Taken Away. They don't really use mirrors? How do they know they're not gonna hit something? Does someone just run back and forth? It's like, nah, it's good, yeah. Or maybe there are sensors around the ship. I don't understand. How did they drive a ship? Just asking officers to go check the left wing if we're gonna collide or something.
pass. And then, the mood starts to turn.
Oh,
Scatino notices white foam of waves breaking against the rocks
That's not
directly
good.
in front of him in the distance. The Cost of Concordia, right now, is almost 700 meters closer to the rocks than it should be. Without
Oh,
deviation,
no.
there is going to be a
They're
direct
underwater.
collision.
uh-oh.
Scatino immediately commands the ship to start turning away. 335. Not enough. The captain
Uh-oh.
shouts, 340.
Oh,
The captain yells, 350.
is it too late?
Now, remember how I said that accelerating to 16 knots was a fatal error? Well, that's because it's made this ship incapable of such a drastic turn.
Oh
What they've got
no,
is
it's so big to
understeer.
turn.
Here's an example.
The front end is not working. You're turning, and you're just going straight. You want to go over here, but you're going to end up over here.
So
Ooh.
despite the order of 350, right now the bow is still only pointing at 327.
It's gonna take a while
Not nearly enough to miss the
before
rock.
it goes to
And oh no,
350.
it's about to get worse.
Oh,
That language barrier again. In these critical moments where every second counts, the helmsman wrongly relays 340. The captain snaps back, 350 starboard or we end up on the rocks.
oh,
The third officer goes to assist
oh my
the
god.
helmsman.
This is too intense.
Now, don't get confused by
What
the
the-
orders from
what-
here. We're changing over to rudder instructions.
Oh my god.
The captain yells, starboard 10, starboard 20, and still it's not enough. Hard to starboard. That means as hard as
Max
it'll
turning.
go. But at this point, even if they clear these rocks,
Oh no.
they need to get the rest of the ship to swing around it. So the captain yells, midship, which centers the rudder. The bow is now less than 150 meters from Skull Rock.
Oh, and it's going so
Port
fast.
10. But the helmsman only gets to port 5 before another order is given 2 seconds later. Port 20! They might just avoid disaster here, maybe. But then, oh no.
Oh.
One more time, the helmsman cocks up at the worst possible
Oh
moment.
my
The
god. Why are
helmsman
they hiring
goes
this
to
guy?
starboard instead of port, undoing the swing. 8 seconds later, he realizes the error and corrects, but it's too late.
Oh no.
He has just turned a probable near miss into a sure hit.
Oh my
All they can do
goodness.
now is hold on as the bow of the ship narrowly passes by the rocks. Hard to port!
The second officer yells, "We're gonna hit!"
Oh no!
Collision.
They actually hit. I thought they narrowly missed the rocks. No way. How? I still cannot understand why they hired the helmsman. If he doesn't understand English or Italian, and the captain is Italian and speaks English. What the hell? I feel like in such a scenario, in this kind of job, it's very important that you understand each other clearly. And he seems to be misunderstanding a lot. It's like he made a mistake at least 3 times. Bruh. Bruh, I can't believe this. The person who owns this ship did not do any background checks on his employers. Not employers, employees. Dude, this is disaster. Oh no. Oh, the pasta. Oh my god.
Downtown.
Etim.
Nordtown.
Oh, Atem.
It's day 56 of playing Russian
Ooh.
roulette. Seems I
Detective Noir.
never win.
Gonna drink all by yourself?
Somebody has to.
Oh,
I hear you're a man who's good at finding folks.
I'm many things.
I'm looking for this fella. I got to find him. It's breaking
Oh,
my
no.
little heart.
I'll see what I can do. I have contacts in thousands of servers and dozens
1,000
of
of
countries across
servers.
the
Oh, that's a
globe.
lot.
And just like that, she was gone.
Oh,
The only thing she left was a calling card.
calling card. Ooh.
Sometimes when you follow a case, it follows you
What is
back.
this ad, dude? It's amazing.
NordVPN can protect my online data
It's another story within the
Protect
story.
me from myself. When they said this job gets easier, it was just another lie.
Oh,
Forensics found his password
It's all
spread
dramatic.
all the way down the block. In a perfect world, we'd all
Is
use
she dead?
NordVPN.
dude,
But I
he was tampering with the crime scene. Why did you turn off your secrets on the laptop? That's evidence. Bruh.
guess this isn't that kind of story. I took the brakes off my car. Man like me never really learned how to stop. I took the steering wheel out too. I let the road take me where I'm supposed to be. That's right, Toots. Your husband's dead.
Oh,
Merry.
I thought she was dead.
Christmas.
It's the husband's dead.
Go to nordvpn.com/internet historian for a huge discount on a 2-year plan.
How did he die? I need to know more.
Ad over.
What the hell?
The ship hits rocks on the port side.
All right, we're here.
A 53
Cost of
meter
Concordia.
gash opens up in the hull,
Ooh.
and thousands of tons of water
Oh
begin
my
pouring
goodness.
in. A loud scraping and bang is heard by all passengers. At the helm is panic. Rumblings
Oh my
in the dining
goodness.
room. Martin awkwardly pauses his act as
Oh.
he's helping his assistant into the box. Meanwhile, the lady inside
Let me
is
out,
trapped
let me
and
out.
terrified.
That's why he mentioned it. What if the lady in the box never got out? She's gonna be floating inside the box. Nobody knows she's there. Because nobody knows that the magician's trick is now real. Oh my god. Oh no. Everybody is gonna think that it's just a normal box. Oh, dude, this is scary, dude.
There's confusion across the ship. All of the crew off shift come back on duty. All officers run to the bridge. Technical crews run down to the lower decks to assess
Everybody
damage.
calm down, it's okay.
On connection with the rocks, they lose propulsion and slow
Oh.
to 8.3 knots. And they are now adrift. Close the
Oh,
watertight doors
no.
at stern. Enormous volumes of water are pouring in.
So much so that within 29 seconds of collision, all 6 engines stop working through
Oh
flooding.
my god, all engines?
22 seconds later, a blackout happens.
Oh
Lights,
my
electrics,
god, that's the
water
worst thing that
pumps
could
too.
happen.
Everything. The captain orders the helmsman hard starboard. This is the final position of the rudder before power to that, too, is lost.
Oh
The
no.
Cost of Concordia, now without power, is drifting starboard, plunged into absolute darkness.
I don't like
A
this.
quick breakdown of the flooding. When the Concordia struck land, it tore open 3 watertight compartments. At first, compartment 5, which filled very rapidly. Then 6 more slowly, 4 shortly after. Then 7,
Oh
8,
my
and 3.
god,
Modern
this is
ships
wild.
are built to withstand 2 compartment breaches. These compartments especially, though, are a problem because they contain the engines and the electrics. These main generators give power to the whole ship.
Oh
From
no.
propulsion motors to rudder to hotel functions. Pretty
Wait. Hold. If the electricity is cut off, there is no manual way to steer the ship anymore? They don't have rows? Like paddles to paddle? Somehow? I mean, I understand it is a huge ship. But there's no plan B if, like, the engines fail. Is that how modern ships work? They don't have sails, right? Surely, because it's a modern ship. Oh my god, no way. So if the engines fail, that's it. It's over. Not to mention, it's dark everywhere. Power went out. Oh my god, if I was here, I'm gonna just head straight to the deck and look for a boat right away. Although, you wouldn't really know if you were a passenger, huh? You wouldn't really know if it's just a little bump, maybe harmless bump, or if it's a life-costing kind of disaster. You don't know. Because, but it's gonna be really... But I feel like the ship would have shaken so much. And everyone must think that, oh my god, it's sinking, it's over. We gotta go.
much everything. When they went out, the ship was a functionless, sinking cage.
No plan B.
A few seconds later, the emergency batteries for internal lighting
Oh, there's emergency
communications
battery.
kick on.
For the light.
When the lights come back on, Martin has vanished. He's ditched the stage. And it caused a
Oh.
huge panic in the theatre, as passengers are trying to flee to their cabins and to muster stations. People already in their cabins come out and start putting on life vests. Staff rally and try to calm everyone down. Everything is fine. There's no
It's
need
fine.
for vests.
It's fine.
Please return to your cabins.
Dude,
The emergency
no,
generator
it's not fine.
starts. All of the watertight doors close except for door 12,
Oh,
which is
no.
jammed. The captain calls Pilon, the chief engineer, as the ship begins to list on the port side. There's water
Oh,
coming in?
no.
Yes, there's
It's
water.
tilting.
But where? The engine room. But a lot of water? Yes! There's water, you can't go down. Let's go down
Oh
the other
my
side.
god.
In a moment we'll start the
This is
pumps, I'll
so
let you know.
intense. I cannot.
In the theatre, the whole magic box apparatus slides right off the stage
Oh,
and
no.
falls into the crowd, further increasing panic. On the bridge, an announcement is being prepared. They are going to lie to prevent a panic. Let's just say we have a blackout.
No, there's no way.
The deputy chief engineer enters the engine control room. He confirms to the bridge that at least compartments 5, 6, and 7 are flooded. Announcements are made.
The captain to inform you that due to an electrical fault which is currently under control, we're currently in a
Under
blackout.
control,
Our
they
technicians
say.
are working to resolve the situation and will inform you of developments as they occur. Thank you for your attention.
Oh no.
Coincidentally, at the same time in the restaurant, they're playing My Heart Will Go On, and it's very much not helping the situation.
Oh my
The
god,
captain calls
no.
the Cost of Crisis unit, Roberto Ferrarini. He tells the crisis unit that they've
Your
hit a
heart will
block,
not go
that
on
they're
for
assessing
long.
damages, and that they are also in a blackout. The crisis office says to reverse the ship up onto shore. Well, how are you going to do that? You don't have
There's no
power to the
power.
rudder, let alone the engine.
Yeah.
You know, hoist the sails? Anyway, around
they
this
have
time,
sails.
the wind direction creates a starboard
Oh.
list, and the ship begins to turn anyway, drifting right back towards the shore, which is a
Oh.
very good thing because you want the ship to end up as close to shore as possible.
Yeah.
A panicked passenger senses that something is off. This isn't like any electrical problem that she's ever seen.
Surely,
Plus,
right.
There was a massive crashing noise, and now
Dude,
the ship is tilting.
look at the destruction.
So, she contacts her daughter in Italy. The daughter then calls the police, and the police call the harbour master. While that goes on, a conversation between Pilon and Ambrosio. The diesel is not starting. The captain asks the engine room, but where have we made contact?
Wait! The passenger contacted her daughter, which contacted the police and contacted the port harbor. The ship did not make contact with the harbor at all? Isn't it the responsibility to contact the port if something bad is happening in the ship? It's not up to the passengers to report this. Surely they have communications, right? Communication with the port harbor.
Thinking that the incoming water can be reduced. Captain, here everything is lost. The electrical panel, everything. They're saying at this point that the ship is going down.
No!
The captain calls Roberto Ferrarini again. Actually, 2 compartments have been flooded, but don't worry, the ship's stability isn't in danger. Wrong.
It's in danger.
Passengers begin going to muster stations on their own initiative. The cruise director says, "We have a lot of people at muster stations that I do not want to fall overboard. Do we make an announcement to tell them to go to the lounges?" Bozio says, "I think that's best." The harbour master from Livorno
Go to the
calls the
lounges.
ship. The captain tells them that we just have a blackout.
Now
How long
they're
has this
contacting.
blackout been going on? About 20 minutes.
Why are you lying? No, my God. What is wrong with this guy? Why is he lying? He knows what exactly is going on. What do you mean there's only a blackout? I feel like just tell the truth. Maybe they could help you. Oh, what am I watching? Dude, my palms are getting... I'm getting sweaty. What the hell? Dude! Why are they lying? Why are you lying to the port harbor? Why are you lying to the passengers?
Have you asked passengers to put on life vests? It's just a blackout. I gotta go.
Bro,
the harbour master
bro.
is suspicious. He says to his superiors that he
Harbour
thinks something
master.
more is going on. He calls
Yeah.
a patrol boat
Dude,
to the
good-
area and
good on
asks
you,
them
good
to
on
look
you.
at the ship.
Good job.
Another problem. The fan on the emergency
Good
diesel
job on the harbour
generator
master.
isn't working properly. Pilon manually has to turn the thing on and off with a screwdriver so that it doesn't overheat and cause a fire. The captain is
Oh
on
my
the phone
God.
to the lower decks, asking pointless questions like, "Is it still flooded?" Yes.
Oh my
Yes, it
God,
is.
this guy.
The captain is essentially in denial of the situation.
How
The
drunk
harbour
is he?
master calls again. Finally, he says, "The ship is taking on water through an opening in the left side and the ship is listing." He qualifies with, "No one dead or injured." The harbour master asks if he needs help. "Just a tugboat?" When in reality, they need a full
Tugboat?
rescue. With 3 compartments flooded, the captain finally realizes that things
Oh,
are
he's
really
panicking,
bad,
finally.
and they are not going to improve. The Coast Guard orders every available ship to the scene.
Oh my God, that's so
Meanwhile, up
fast.
with the passengers, the cruise director's
They're
assistant
so fast to
says,
respond.
everything's under control.
Return
Please
to your cabins.
your cabins or
No.
hang about in the lounges. No problem.
No way.
She said this despite knowing it was wrong and that it further endangered lives. Most passengers at this
No.
point, though, aren't listening to this nonsense, and they're busy figuring out how to abandon ship. Bang, 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 bang. Local television has already picked up the story, and they begin
Oh my
broadcasting
God.
live radio feed
Oh my
from
God.
the bridge. Captain, the passengers are going on board the boats. Okay, let them go to shore. So then general emergency? Wait, let me talk to Ferrarini. We risk the emergency generators that do not have cooling. It has cooling problems, 100 degrees. The cooling fan has stopped. Pilon calls
no.
the bridge and tells the safety officer they needed
Oh,
to
no.
evacuate. The
Oh,
safety
no.
officer relays this to the captain, but after no response, he orders the engine room to evacuate on his own. The captain says, "No, stay."
Why?
Leave it. So what do we do? General
Bro, this
emergency?
guy. This incompetent guy. Why does he want them to stay? He knows everything is going dangerously bad. Terrible, even. What the hell? I wonder if the passengers have access to the boats, to the emergency boats. Surely, right? They must have. Because they're not listening to the announcement. Like, dude, go back to your cabin in this situation? No. Or maybe they are getting assistance from the staff and getting the boats, and they could ride the boats. I hope that's what happened. This is crazy. Just give the emergency signal,
The captain
bro.
tells Ferrorini that he's abandoning ship. Abandoned ship. Another announcement is made.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. The situation is under control. Please remain calm.
Nah.
They're located outside on deck 4.
The
Muster
Livorno Coast
station.
Guard calls again. The captain declares distress. The Coast Guard officially calls for rescue operations. They contact Pietro Mille, the helicopter base commander, who then calls
Helicopter
in
base
every available
commander?
pilot as he rushes down to the helicopter base.
Oh my
Elon
God.
shuts down the emergency generator.
Now that's
for the final
competence.
time.
He just
The
goes
first
straight to
rescue
action.
vessel arrives. By this point, the lifeboats are already going.
Oh, that's
Luckily,
good, that's
the
good.
ship is very close to shore. Oh, perhaps too close to shore.
Oh,
the
no.
ship forcefully runs aground, creating an uneven center of gravity. And it begins heavily listing starboard.
Oh,
The captain
no.
issues a general emergency on board. The announcement to abandon ship is finally called and alarms
Oh
ring
my
out.
God.
And with that comes panic.
How long did that
And now
take
that
for
they're
them to
listing,
announce the
with
emergency?
many of the lifeboats too awkwardly positioned to
Oh.
enter the water, there aren't enough readily available, and they have to start going back and forth to the shore, picking people up and dropping them off.
Not
The
enough
patrol boats
lifeboats.
report to the Livorno harbour master that the ship has run aground and is listing heavily. So the harbour master asks the captain about it, and the captain says, no, the ship is still floating.
Bro.
In fact, we're trying to maneuver
This
it onto
guy.
the shore.
Why are
They
you
know he's
lying
lying.
again?
Hold on, I'm reversing it. Beep, 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 beep. The captain then says to bottom out the starboard anchor. So they drop out the anchors, but let out too much chain, effectively rendering them useless.
Oh my
The
god, this
deputy mayor
guy.
of Gio,
This
Mario
guy,
Pellegrini, and
dude.
tobacco shop owner Giovanni Rossi arrive
Tobacco
at the
shop
harbour.
owner.
They watch the scene unfold. As the first of the lifeboats arrive on shore, the deputy mayor takes the initiative and races to board one of the lifeboats, returning to the ship, and starts trying to find someone in charge.
Oh.
He gives up and starts helping passengers.
Damn.
Scatino tells everyone to leave
What
and
a
take
nice
radios,
man.
but not before changing out of his uniform and into a nice suit. Priorities.
Why? He's gonna pretend he's not the captain. He's gonna get out of there. He's escaping his responsibility. Dude, the captain must sink with the ship. Isn't that the saying? Captain stays with the ship no matter what. I guess except this guy, cause, bruh, what the hell? He's in denial. He's pretending everything's alright, even though the whole situation is disastrous.
Dimitri Christidis and Silvia Koronica leave with him. The maitre d' and Sir Morton both get out of there. By this point, approximately
Oh my
300
God.
people are still on the ship. Millet reaches the helicopter base. The first helicopter, a slow-moving Augusta Bell, was already rising from the tarmac for the hour-long flight south.
Oh, it's so far.
Bozio is the last crew member left on the bridge, coordinating evacuation. He then leaves to help passengers board lifeboats.
Oh
The bridge
my God.
is now abandoned. And then, the ship's black box stops working.
Voyage data recorder. Dude, everyone else under this captain are more competent than him. Voyage data recorder stops working. I wonder if this is intentional. Sabotage? People still on board 235. Uh-oh.
Apparently there were technical problems with it. That means, from here, things are going to get a little foggy in detail. A while later, rescue helicopters arrive, but they're struggling to find the ship because they're expecting it to still be well above water. Passengers are scaling down the port side by
Oh my
ladder
God.
as lifeboats return to pick them up.
Oh my god, that's scary.
No joke. Oh my goodness. It was no joke, mi amor.
This is crazy.
Yes.
You're not allowed to make a film
I'm
movie.
allowed.
Who say you are?
A second
Dude.
helicopter, a faster model,
She escaped.
sets off. The ship stops healing and
girlfriend.
comes to a final resting place. Now the Coast Guard calls the captain because he's just learnt that the captain has abandoned ship.
Of course
the
he
captain
did.
claims, No, actually, I slipped and I fell into one of the lifeboats.
Wow.
But now that I'm on board, I may as well head back to shore. DeFalco tells the captain to get the fuck back on board. And the captain kind of acts confused and then effectively refuses. So the
Oh my
captain
god,
makes it
this
to
guy.
shore. From here, we only have mainstream news reports to rely on, so it's not going to be super accurate. But they say that Giglio's police chief then finds 110 survivors on the rocks at Point Gabbianara. And among them is the captain.
Oh my
It's
god,
not
this
known
guy.
whether the captain helped anyone while he was there. And
I
in
don't
fact,
think
the
so.
police chief claimed that he just sat on the rocks and watched other people do the rescuing. A while later, a rescue boat
guy.
picks up the captain and takes him to the harbour. He speaks to the police. He then finds the ship's onboard chaplain, Father Rafael Molina, and cries to him for about 15 minutes. Then he goes to the harbour master's
This
office
guy.
to receive probably the biggest dressing down of his entire life. Port authorities ask the
harbour
taxi driver
master.
to take the captain back to
You're
his
the
hotel.
goat.
The captain takes the 30-second cab ride to the Bahamas hotel. According to the cabbie, he was beaten like a dog. He was cold and afraid. He only asked
Cold
me
and
where he could
afraid.
buy a pair of fresh socks.
Oh my
But then he perked
god.
right up again and gave an interview to a news
What the
crew.
hell?
He told them that he was the last to leave.
The captain is usually the last to abandon ship.
Oh, this liar. What the hell is wrong with him? The incompetence. This guy, the audacity. How dare you?
What happened, Captain?
We were the last to leave the ship.
All day
Right,
Saturday, rescuers search for people on the ship.
There's still
On
people in
Sunday
the ship. What do
morning,
you
a
mean? You're the
South
last to
Korean couple was found in their
leave.
cabin, safe but shivering. They had slept through the crash and woke up unable to exit their cabin.
Oh,
The last survivor, Manrico Giampandroni, was found with a broken leg. He was the cabin's service director.
oh, poor guy.
In the end, 32 people died. The
Oh my
final
God.
body wasn't discovered until nearly 3 years later.
Holy,
A crew member,
that's
Russell
crazy.
Rebello, and it's believed that he died a hero helping passengers off the ship.
Oh,
The Cost of Concordia was the largest cruise ship disaster since the Titanic.
largest cruise ship disaster.
And then-
Dude, I feel like there should be a lesson here. Don't make such huge cruise ships. Because the Titanic was huge, right? That was the thing about it. It's huge. And this one is also huge. I feel like you shouldn't, you know, make this kind of thing exist. I feel like there should be a limit to avoid disasters. Also, don't hire incompetent captains. Don't hire incompetent helmsmen. Jesus.
And there's the ship. This is what happens to a 110,000-ton
Oh my
cruise liner
god.
when it's left half rolled over in the ocean.
Oh my god. That's crazy. Ooh. That does not look good.
But this isn't the end. It's just the halfway point.
Really?
What most people know
There's
is that
more?
the Costa Concordia had crashed, many dead, and that the captain abandoned ship like a coward. But there's a whole veritable spaghetti of details to
spaghetti.
untangle. Let's dive in.
Oh! Why? Stop it!
The deets.
Stop it! What is this? Looting? Of course.
Loot box time. The Costa Concordia was more than just a floating resort. There's a mall, a casino, cha-ching, cha-ching.
There's money there,
This
yeah.
iron chest was full of safes and cash registers and expensive fittings. And there were plenty of gamers prepared to sneak by authorities and try their luck in the hot zone. Within days, police divers reported that valuable items, once seen lying around the ship,
Oh my
were now
god.
missing.
Wet
high-end
socks.
liquor,
Hell yeah.
expensive furniture, dining sets, cash
Even
from the
furniture.
casino, cash
Oh my God.
registers, jewelry and display cabinets, safes, Japanese woodblock prints by famous 18th century artists, as well as the iconic bell, which hung from the bridge of the ship. It was never found. Who steals a big fuck-off bell? Even the server admins were getting involved. 4 divers who were part of the company contracted to refloat the Concordia were spotted on CCTV, sneaking out to the ship.
Oh my goodness.
A patrol boat was dispatched, and the men were caught inside the fancy suites with
It was a
rucksacks
heist.
full of stolen goods. The 4 men are charged with stealing and thieving. And
Fine
pinching.
200 and
Later
46
on,
months in
stolen
jail.
as well as legitimate items found their way to Amazon and eBay.
Of course.
Chips from the casino, postcards, and cabin access cards became highly sought after souvenirs.
It even has a watermark.
Some Australian guy even made a listing for the ship itself,
Oh my
advertising it
God.
as buyer to collect.
I wonder if someone actually bought this. 57 bits, holy. Current bid is $1,008.
Although there were plenty of bidders, eBay pulled the plug.
Oh. Of course. The relationship. Ooh, there's
I know you
more.
want to see Scatino go to jail, and we'll get to that. But first,
Yeah, I
we
do.
have to talk about someone else. Dominika Samorton.
Oh, the girlfriend.
There was speculation that she was on the bridge that evening because she was the captain's mistress.
Oh!
Intense media
Mistress.
speculation reports that her
Not the
presence
wife, oh.
distracted the captain.
They both denied their
Distracted
love
the
for years
captain.
and maintained that they were just friends. Although she
Yeah,
did
just
later
friends, huh?
admit to the media that she found him handsome.
Oh!
And how could you not?
You so fucking precious when you
Eh.
smile.
Oh
But
my
she
God,
says there was no
no.
romantic link between them.
Of course.
People would like to believe, they want to know I have something with him. It's more interesting. It's like, some spicy in the story.
Miss Samorton,
Spicy. Wait. If she's the girlfriend, okay, let's assume they're friends. But I don't think she is part of the crew, the ship's crew. So why is she there? Where they're doing their work? The bridge? Is it called the bridge? The cockpit? Captain's quarters? What is she doing there? She's not working. She's not part of the crew.
also loved the spotlight, however,
Everyone! Oh, look!
and took several interviews.
Oh my God, this
But
lady.
as the pressure mounted upon her, she began making ominous threats to Scatino,
Oh.
saying he must
Tell the truth,
confess, and that you have but 1 week to
Oh,
come
no.
clean. But things from here get weird.
Spicy.
Samorton is a bit
Spicy.
of a wild card. In a subsequent interview, she claimed a helicopter came to the ship well before the other rescue craft to take away a package.
What?
Huh? And what was that package? Drugs, apparently.
Oh my
So
goodness.
rumors began that the ship
They
was
were
running
zooted.
narcotics for the mafia. And not without cause. A number of cruise ships, even recently, have been caught trafficking drugs. As an aside, Scatino
Oh my
was
God.
tested for drugs immediately after the crash. He tested negative for drugs in his system, but trace amounts of cocaine were found in a hair sample.
Oh my God.
And less dry.
Nonetheless, the Concordia was searched and no drugs were reportedly ever found. How did we get here? Oh, right, a helicopter.
Right,
Samorton commented on it again the next day and said, actually, that helicopter was just for the captain as a means of evacuation from the ship.
Evacuation?
Okay, wait. So she expected to get some sort of first-class rescue while everyone
Wow.
else was still stuck on the ship?
Bruh.
Wait, how did we get here? Oh, right, sex with the captain. Divers were quick to head to the captain's cabin where they found Miss Samorton's lingerie and other
Oh
articles
my
of
goodness.
clothing as well as a makeup bag. The jig was up.
They were
but
just friends,
They
huh?
continued denying it. Samorton mostly faded from international attention until she was told to appear before the court to present witness testimony. The judge pressed her to be truthful about their relationship, or she would be held in contempt.
Either tell me the truth or shut up.
So finally, she admitted it.
Yes, I had a sentimental relationship with the captain.
Oh no. Everybody
But
knew
now,
that.
stop asking about my private life.
She was indeed the captain's lover.
What is Some
Dorama.
Troubler Nation. Citino cheated on his wife with C. Mortan. Oh my god!
Oh
She
my
and
god.
Scatino had been having an affair for several weeks. She
Oh,
also said
no.
that on the night she boarded, she didn't have a ticket.
Ticket, please.
And didn't need to pay because nobody questions you when you're the captain's lover.
Really? Just went in there? No ticket? What the? That's crazy. No one has questioned this. Does the captain have all the authority? Okay, I guess that's how it is in a ship. But dude.
Naturally, she gave another confusing interview after leaving court.
I want to say that today is the second time I die because the first time I died in the night of the crash with my psychological brain and
What?
Problems. And today I died the second time because, of course, people find out something that I try to hide.
Subsequent to the trial,
Wow.
she used her fame in Moldova to become a political activist.
What?
Often appearing on television and radio and in articles covering protests, accompanied by pictures of her being arrested by police.
What? What is she doing? She's littering.
It was some stuff about victims of violence, women's rights,
Girl power.
yada yada yada. And interestingly, part of a push to block the sale of shares of Moldova's train network to Russia.
Sure.
Huh.
Other than that, I don't really know what she's been up to. Let me just check on her Oh god!
Uh-oh. She's involved with another captain? Pilot? Dude, this is gonna be disaster. You gotta get out of there, man.
Not again.
Lawsuits.
Several civil suits were quickly lodged against Costa Crociere, and their parent company, Carnival Cruises,
Carnival.
immediately saw a share drop of 23%.
Ooh.
Don't beat.
Passengers sought compensation for their damaged mental health, lost belongings, and loved ones.
Either they allowed him to divert from his course, or they didn't know where their billion-dollar ship was.
Within a few days, facing financial and media pressure, the CEO attempted to join the bandwagon against the captain and the crew.
That was not the ordinary route that the ship was taking at the time, and was not only taking, but the time the ship was...
Claiming that the ship was not approved to deviate from the route. But that
was not
wasn't true.
approved.
Approval isn't required if the ship is deviating by less than 15 miles, or that it was against company rules. Also untrue, because investigators found that they didn't have any rules about deviating route, and they tacitly encouraged sail by salutes. Now, in response to the
actually
civil
encouraged
suits,
it.
Costa Crociere offered passengers €11,000 each as compensation.
That's a lot of money.
That's kind of small.
Oh, really? That's small.
€11,000, about $14,000, is the minimum compensation
Oh,
under
it's minimum.
international
Holy
law
shit.
when a ship is abandoned.
This was to reimburse them for their tickets, as well as any costs they accrued in having to unexpectedly
I
travel
see.
home early.
And that was supposed to release them from everything and anything that has to do with this accident. I cannot ask for more than this.
A lot of passengers, understandably, were not too happy with this deal, and they
But they
refused
would
to
still
take
take
the
it.
money.
We think the
I thought
offer
they
is
would
an
still take
insult. For what these poor passengers went through, we think that the compensation being offered is not commensurate.
Take it.
Compensation being offered is not commensurate.
Later, Costa Crociere would lodge a plea deal with the Tuscany court to pay a €1 million fine to avoid a criminal trial. The judge agrees. Costa Crociere is now off the hook for all criminal liability for the whole thing.
What? So they don't have to pay the passengers anymore? They just have to pay the settlement fee? What the? No way!
They've washed their hands of the incident and flecked the residual droplets of responsibility onto the faces of 6 staff members. Passengers and relatives of the dead are livid that the company has been able to avoid criminal responsibility.
Offered is not commensurate.
Civil suits against the company continue. By the way, the residents of the island of Giglio also banded together and sought damages. They didn't get much.
Aww.
Eventually, passengers who refused the initial compensation of $11,000 joined civil parties against Scatino in his trial in 2015.
Is not commensurate.
They were awarded €30,000 each. Other cases,
30,000
especially
euros,
those
that's pretty
involving
good. That's
lost
better than
relatives,
11,000.
are settled for undisclosed amounts.
There's more clips.
New York attorney Peter Renee travelled to Budapest to represent 6 real survivors of the disaster.
At Ronay & Ronay, we personally work on every case.
And we'll work harder than anyone to get you the most money possible in the shortest amount of time.
Ooh.
And while on the job, a 7th case
That's
cropped
how
up
it goes. Oh my
via
god, watching
email.
Aspen
An
while
elderly
working,
woman,
supposedly.
Alona, said,
"Help me, Mr. Ronai, for I have lost my daughter, Eva, and my 5-year-old granddaughter, Roxana."
So Mr. Renai agreed to speak with her. However, there were some inconsistencies in her story.
Uh-oh.
Neither Eva nor Roxana were on the passenger list.
Uh-oh.
Odd.
Scammers.
That pasta is known for having stowaways.
Gotcha, bitch!
Still, Mr. Renai was suspicious. They wouldn't cheaty old Petey, would they? Renai inquired further about why she was on board, especially without a ticket. Ilona said,
"Well, I don't know, but you should ask her boyfriend.
Zolt Horvath.
He'll know all the details."
I'm up
What
all night.
the-
I'm
who's
going
this guy?
crazy, he said. But Mr. Renai was still suspicious. Because then she asked, "How much money do you think this is worth?"
Oh my god.
This is a huge red flag, Petey. In 20 years of doing this, you've never had anyone ask about money. Why now? So Mr. Renai hired an investigator and sent photos around of the missing girl. The next day, the phone rang. Ahoy hoy, it was the boyfriend again.
Oh.
Look, there's been a bit of a misunderstanding and the child isn't missing at all.
Oh.
And then he claimed he was confused because he had done too many drugs the night before.
What the hell is going on?
Okay, can I speak to the daughter then? At first, he was refused. So Renai said that he'd have to file a missing persons report to the police if he couldn't. The boyfriend relented. That night, Renai met with Zolt and brought the police with him. He speaks to the granddaughter and asks her if she's seen Mum. "Yeah, I saw her today." Oh, really? "Yeah, we went to the park today and we went on the swings." Oh no,
Wow.
the jig was up. So the mum walks
They were
into
not
the
missing
room
after
sheepishly.
all.
It's a miracle. And the story changed again. Okay, I'm not dead, but I did injure my leg when I jumped from the ship. And then I immediately flew back to Budapest. Although don't worry about checking my leg because there are no visible marks or injuries.
Oh my god.
Oh, Petey, I'm beginning to think they weren't even on the boat. Also, it turns out this lady isn't her mum, it's just a neighbour.
Oh.
Eventually, Renee managed to make the pair confess. And then they said, "Hey, we haven't done anything wrong. We haven't taken any money." And in the end, it looks like there'll be no criminal punishment for the scam, because Hungary, a former communist country, has no laws against insurance fraud on the books.
Oh, dang. I just waited his time.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
Oh, don't do it. Oh my god, this guy. What a nuisance. Vada bordo.
Mario, would you teach me some Italian?
Oh, of course.
Means get back on board for fuck's sake.
Oh.
Okay, thanks.
Gregorio De Falco, the naval
this
officer
guy?
who shouted at Scatino to
Oh, right.
Vada a bordo caso, became a bit of a national hero
Vada
overnight
bordo.
in Italy. He, like the rest of the world, expected Scatino to go down with the ship.
Oh my god. Emo hair, yes.
And when the captain chickened out, De Falco was there to admonish him. And when he stopped answering the radio, he called him on his cell phone to continue putting
Oh
him
my
on blast.
god, De Falco.
When the captain first reported just a blackout, De Falco didn't believe the story and immediately began preparing a rescue effort, which likely saved
this
several
guy.
lives. His actions were applauded by most Italians who were tired of their public servants being corrupt and avoiding responsibility.
Very good.
Accordingly, shirts sporting Vada a bordo caso were being printed by the end of the week, others setting it as their phone's ringtone. But then, in September 2014, without warning, DeFalco was transferred to an admin role in the Coast Guard.
Oh.
Hear what I said? You've been demoted.
DeFalco said that he had been passed up for promotion, that he had also not been told which admin office he was even being transferred to,
no, poor guy.
and that it all effectively cancelled 10 years of his career. DeFalco was tres furioso, and there was public speculation that it was owing to bad blood between himself and Admiral Delano, his former boss. His status among the public overshadowed his superior in many ways. On the other hand, his boss said, no, it's part of a normal career progression for naval officers, and that he must show more maturity and professionalism to advance his career.
Right.
Now, it's hard to know what's true in office politics, so let's leave that alone. And anyway, in 2018,
drama.
DeFalco said buenas noches, ya later, to the Italian Navy to become a politician. In March that year, he was elected to the Italian Senate, serving as a member for Livorno. He still serves there today.
Oh, okay. He's a politician now. Jail time, finally!
The day after the disaster, Schettino was taken into custody by
Jail time
police
for
and
Schettino.
underwent questioning. However, it was clear that this would not be a straightforward investigation. So the judge released him under house arrest at his home in Sorrento, a town in Napoli.
Surely he's not gonna run
By
away,
July
right?
of that year, the house arrest was relaxed and he was allowed within this general area.
Really?
While under house arrest, he wrote a book with this journalist from Rai magazine. I have no idea what it says, I don't speak Italian. But goddammit, he must have some kind of charisma going on, because there's been a lot of speculation in the press that he had an affair with her as well.
You can't keep getting away with
This guy.
I got it. Not content with abandoning his ship, this dude is determined to abandon his wife as well. So,
He abandoned his wife twice already at this point. Or maybe more. Maybe we don't know the other times he abandoned his wife. Jesus, this guy. The charisma from this incompetent captain is overflowing.
Schettino and 5 others are facing criminal charges. Straight away, everyone lodges a plea bargain with the court, and all of those plea bargains are accepted, except for Schettino's. And the condition of everyone's reduced sentences are that they must provide witness testimony against Schettino.
Ooh,
He touched me.
Uh-oh.
Ciro, Jacob, and Silvio were all given suspended sentences. Roberto and Manrico are able to opt for community service or house arrest. Not a bad deal.
A good deal. Good deal.
And that meant that
Good
Schettino was now all on his own. Ciro, the first officer, was the first to give his testimony. On the witness stand, he claimed that Schettino was distracted by his mistress and other guests on the bridge.
He's distracted all the time.
That there was confusion over who was in command. Then it was Jacob's turn. And he said, Lamau XD, because he didn't actually bother with his testimony or his reduced sentence. He just fled the country.
Oh.
It took authorities 12 months to eventually
Just ran
track him
away.
down on the outskirts of Jakarta. And when they said, oi, we still want that witness testimony, he just scalped again.
Oh
and he
my
hasn't
God.
been found since.
He doesn't want to deal with all this
After
shit.
that, Ferrarini gave his testimony, then look, we don't have time to relitigate the whole trial, so let's just go straight to the verdict. Guilty!
Yes.
Schettino was found guilty of multiple manslaughter, causing a shipwreck, abandoning ship, and lying to authorities. He is
Lying
sentenced
to
to
authorities,
16
yes,
years
sir.
and 1 month in prison. But wait, there's still the
it's not
appeals.
over.
The appeals trial begins. And the verdict on the appeal?
Guilty?
Surprise! Rejected. So Schettino's
rejected.
lawyers appealed
It's an
again.
appeal, of course.
And the verdict on the final appeal?
Schettino made multiple attempts to secure a plea deal, but was denied by the prosecution.
Denied over and
the
over
prosecution
again.
called for Schettino to be sentenced to 26 years in prison, calling the incident a Titanic affair.
Oh, okay. I see what you did
Schettino was not present. His lawyers stated that he was waiting outside of the jail for the ruling, so that if his plea was rejected, he could immediately start serving his sentence. And with that, 5 years and 4 months after the disaster, he was finally in a cell.
Oh my god. This guy.
Said I will not be making any comment.
Oh. We're floating the Concordia. Oh! Line of ship tips.
The salvage operation was enormous. It took over 2 years and cost an estimated $1.2 billion.
That's a lot of money.
Beginning in early 2012, they first spent 2 months pumping fuel from the ship's tanks.
I wonder who's responsible for paying all that, for floating it. Is it the company that owns the ship?
At the same time, they had to pump seawater in so that the balance wasn't affected and the ship didn't slide around. In early 2013, a platform was built under the ship to prevent it from falling further. Sponsons were then attached to the sides of the ship and cables attached to the underwater platform. The sponsons were then dragged underwater and opened up to allow the ocean to fill them. The ship could then roll over properly. By late 2013, the ship was upright once more. The sponsons were then attached to the side of the ship to help keep it balanced. It now rested partially above water and crews could walk around safely. By July 2014, the water was removed from the sponsons and compressed air was pumped in to lift the ship.
Ooh, it's floating again.
And she was ready to cruise again. This time to a
Really?
port in Genoa. It was a 4-day towing journey to the docks where a 2-year process of dismantling and recycling would
Oh,
begin.
they're gonna dismantle it. Of course.
That same weekend of the towing, Scatino was busy. He was the guest of honor at a white party on an island in the Bay of Naples.
Oh
He
my God,
appeared on the
this
front
guy.
page of a local newspaper, flanked by two
Oh
of
my
Italy's most
God.
eligible bachelorettes.
Doesn't even care about the ship at all.
So
I mean, I guess he
these are
doesn't
the
own it,
things
but
that
you
I
know.
remember from the Cost of Concordia. That sweet maiden of the sea. And as for you, little fella,
Oh! He has the bail! Oh my god, he stole the
it's
bail.
time to return you from whence you came.
Oh! Oh! The sea. Of course.
6 quick things. 1. NordVPN, good product, check them out. Number 2, there's a new video on the second channel. You probably didn't see it because it was temporarily restricted. Now it's not. Enjoy. 3. If you've never seen the second channel before, give it a go. It's a different type of content, but we put a lot of production into it. It's not just offcuts. 4. There are a couple secret channels as well, but I ain't telling you where they are. 5.
Ooh,
No more
secret
45-minute videos on the main channel. Back to 10 to 15 minutes and more of them. 6. There's a Q&A coming out next week on incognito mode. It's got a ton of detail that we had to cut for the sake of brevity and will no doubt feature a ton of corrections as well.
Oh my god.
That's it. Thank you.
What a video. That's really good. Dude, if you reach this part of the reaction, please consider subscribing, liking, comment down below if you want to see more. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. The ending song. Ending song. This is the ending song.